Hi guys, welcome to Reality React channel. In this channel, we watch reality TV shows to recap, review, and for the fun of it. And today we'll be discussing the Mummy Club season 3, episode 1. And they are doing the introductions, and Happy is back, and she has the new boobs. And she's saying that she doesn't take nonsense. She's just cool, but she won't take any nonsense. And we get introduced to Peladi, who's from Mamelodi. And she says she's part of the new group. She has been divorced. She was married to a man that people will think that he's wealthy. And she doesn't care what we say as people, because even if we call her a gold digger, we don't buy her food. And she's also going to gym because as much as she's divorced now, she's looking to get married very, very soon. And she says that she's a difficult person, but she's not going to start beefs and stuff like that. But she's not an easy person to get along. And I wonder, where does that come from in her life? Why would you say that I'm a difficult person to get along with? Like, I'm just thinking, what could have happened? Is this the people that keep telling her that she's a gold digger and therefore she wouldn't get along with them? Because that makes sense. Why would anyone want to get along with someone who calls them a gold digger? Anyway, and we move to Mrs. Sunday, and she's saying that last season she was not influenced to pick beefs with Happy, but she it was wrong of her to do that. And she has lost weight. She's excited to be part of the Mummy Club, and she's just going to flourish this year. And she has lost weight, and she's happy. And her husband is also happy, and she has lost weight naturally. I don't know why she sees the need to mention that. It's not like her weight was that huge for her to be like, oh, I have lost so much weight naturally and all of that. She can be proud of it, actually, now that I think. And we get introduced to Noxy, who is from England to KZN, and she's a real estate agent. And she says that she's not likable because she could just walk into a room and people will say, I don't like her for no reason. And she says that she doesn't take she doesn't take kindly to bullshit, and she won't stand for it. And she is that girl. And then we get introduced to Vui, who says that she's from the same township as a hippie, and that's her stance. So Vui says that she's a straight talker and her kids comes first, and when someone touches her kids, she has touched her. She's just like a mother. She's 40 years old, and she's a mother who's protective of her children. I need to state that, because when I say she's just like a mother, some mothers are just weird people. We get introduced to Mrs. J, and they're showing her. They're showing us her, and she says that her spirituality is her life. You take her spirituality is her life is gone. This is where Mummy Club meet Izangomo Zodumo type of thing, because they're showing us everything that she does. And she also says that she does consultation as a healer Monday to Friday. So she's a full-time healer, and she takes that part of her life is very important to her. And she says that as a healer, you choose what to do. So what surprises most people is that, but it's not really a surprise. We all know by now that most healers are also Christians. Or she didn't talk about Christianity, she talks about spirituality. So but she prays to God, she also consults her ancestors and all of that. So that's her. So Happy is meeting up with Noxy Poshangase for snack. They're just visiting each other, and Happy is in her house. She has covered up her new boobs, and Nozipo is dressed very nicely in a mini skirt with revealing the cleavage or the boobs. And she's like, hi, but why are you dressed as if you are the makoti, you're covered up, what's happening? And Happy says that, oh, I'm dressed as if I'm the wife and you are the side chick. And I'm like, I wonder if she's referencing to Nozipo's husband's side chick wife now. in that scenario. And it seems like this was shot this year because they keep saying that the kids have gone back to school, and they also talked about, so when ask Nozipa, what are you planning to do? She says that she is planning to continue with her honors, to do her honors in educational psychology, so that she can practice after when she's done with her master's the following next year, because they are saying it's 2025. I'm just shocked that it means that the whole of January they were shooting, and you must remember schools opened around the 18th of Jan, somewhere there. And I'm thinking, so they shot every day. What has happened? Okay, but the thing is that Nozipo is coming back as a friend of the show. She says when there are events, please invite me in. I will come. And she's also not going to tell us what she's planning to do with her husband. The only thing that she has downgraded is she's only left with one nanny, and she is planning to let go. Nozipo is very vague around what she's going to do. I don't think she's ever going to tell us what's going to happen in her life. And I hope that whenever she decides to go on a podcast next time, she will really tell us what she's planning to do, because this is quite boring. All the time you're just being vague about this thing. It's not like, and also it's not like we wanted to know if she didn't come to the Mimi Club last year, people wouldn't be in her business that much, but people would be, because we like news. But I'm just saying that this thing of her coming to a reality show and deciding not to tell us anything is part of the reason why she's friends of the show, beside the fact that she's busy. And I understand that she wants to build her life outside of, I can't say, because she says life begins at 40. She's planning to go to Turkey and get her new boobs. And Happy's like, oh, I was hoping you were going to say your new man. And I'm like, oh, Happy is really pushing to get the story for us. But Nozipo is saying, no, I'm not doing that. And she looks very beautiful, guys. I must say that she looks gorgeous. These people look beautiful for me. And especially Nozipo in this case. But she is just not letting people know what she's going to do. And I understand her. Maybe she wants to keep it a secret, and she wants to live her life and live it privately without eyes going in, because sometimes even she doesn't want to get confused and do things that she doesn't want to do. She's doing it because South Africa said leave your husband when she's not ready. I like that for her. But I wish she could say, I am staying in my marriage and figuring it out, instead of saying, I am letting go. And you are letting go of what? The nanny. Please. Happy told us that her nanny, when she came back from Turkey, she said that she's going to Zim because her kid is sick, and never came back. And I'm like, I hope it's not the case where the other nanny was saying that she's now doing kittens while she was no longer working for Ratile and all of that. And I'm just like, I hope that's not the case. But she says that she's going through housekeepers as they come, and she's going to decide whoever she's going to take going forward. But in the next scene, we see Mrs. Sunday discussing the glaucoma issue that her nanny has, and the fact that her nanny should go to her nanny Matilda, so I should mention her name. She must go get the operation done, and she must go home and get it done. And Matilda seems reluctant, and also she tries to explain what glaucoma is, but she doesn't have the details of it. So she just tells her that she asks now, back to the show, what do you think of Happy? And Matilda says that Happy is a nice person. She has nice aura. She seems like a good lady. And then she says, oh, I'm going to meet up with her. And she says that she was not feeling well in the morning. She was feeling nauseous, and she didn't sleep well the previous night. And then they go out to meet up with Happy, and Mrs. Sunday is late, and she even forgot her ring, and she gives Happy something to think like something is happening in their marriage. And then they now talked about Ratile, Tauyarora, and stuff like that. And she says that, oh no, she's fine, she's around, everything is okay with her, and that And then she wants to invite Mrs. Sunday is the one organizing an event for them to meet up with the new mummies. And she says that, and what is her name? Happy says that she's happy that the instigators, the people with the dark auras, are no longer part of the show. And then Mrs. Sunday says that she also had she has people that says the same thing about her, that she has a dark aura. And Happy says that maybe she got it from, in her diary sessions, that maybe she got it from her friends, because birds of the same feather flock together type of thing. And she's like, they need cleansing and stuff like that. And I'm like, I didn't see the thing that she's talking about. Maybe the fact that maybe this lady was a bit depressed the last time, and now maybe she has dealt with it with the weight loss. Sometimes all of that can contribute to how you feel, and maybe if she seeked help and stuff like that, so now she could be feeling better. And then she is now going to the next scene. So in the next scene, Mrs. Mops meet up with Mrs. J. They are talking about the fact that showing that Mrs. J is the lady who was the owner of the pajamas, or who had designed them and all of that. And she's saying that she's grateful that Mrs. Mop stood up for her in the previous season about the fact that Ratile said that the workmanship on the pajamas were botched. So she's grateful for that, and they have known each other for 5 years. So it seems like at least these people, they know each other. And also Mrs. J has been to these ladies' events, and she says that they always fight, and they try and talk about the issue of Mrs. J being a sangoma and having her ndumba inside her house. And she says that she wants to change that, because she wants to move the ndumba, or she wants to move the house, because she feels like the roles of her being a mom and sangoma clashes sometimes, because she works on it 5 days a week, and she doesn't want to work from home. And I'm like, but that's what normally happens, unless if the new sangomas work in a different house and they don't work in their homes. Because generally the sangomas that I have known, they work inside their homes. They have places where they sell stuff, and if they are selling, and if they have branches and stuff like that, but most of the time they work from their home. Actually, I know one sangoma that has branches and probably do not have their ndomba inside their home anymore. But I'm just saying that generally that's the traditional sangomas that we have known. They always have their ndombas inside their house. Maybe these are the struggles that they also have in terms of working from home, not knowing when to balance it. Sometimes people come in the middle of the night. If you don't have closing time, then whatever happens, now you are busy with your mommy roles or your wife role, and now someone wants help, and maybe that's what she wants to stop from happening. And it's good for her. I think that's a good idea anyway, if she wants to balance those type of things out. And then Miss Dana, she says that they didn't give her a straw because she didn't go to take it to get a BBL. And then Mrs. Mobs brags about the fact that her BBL, she did it here in South Africa and it looks good on her. And she says that she is locally slacker and stuff like that, and she now wants to invite Mrs. J to an event of the Mummy Club. And Mrs. J burps when she gets the invite. She does the burping that sangomas do, and then she's like, "Hi, Bo, what's going on?" And then she's like, "No." In her diary session, she says when she burps, it's just the ancestors saying, "Hi, how are you?" And then Mrs. Mop says, "Yo, I still can't get used to these burping." And in a diary session, she says, I wonder if she has indigestion." Like, Mrs. Hope is so funny. And then she says that she will see whether to go or not to go. And I'm like, who are you playing, ma'am? You're already part of the show. You would go. But maybe she's trying to be funny. And so the next thing is Happy with Vui. They are talking about we getting invited to the thing that Mrs. Sunday is organizing, and we is asking her about how is that relationship with Mrs. Sunday, and she says that now she is fine with it, and she is hoping that this year it will get better. And they indicate that they met while she was trying to buy Tammy Taylor while when he was involved around 2015, and so that's when their friendship started. And you saw that the previous time she said that she's from the same hood as Happy, so they know each other like that. And the fact that they both lost their husband, and the fact that she is now with 4 kids all by herself, and how healing has been up and down for her, and she is trying to take it one day at a time. And sometimes when she's talking about the healing and all of that, she can see that she's actually still hurting. In her diary session, she started to cry so badly while she was talking about how her husband was a good person, and how she knows that he's in a better place because of his personality and the fact that she could trade her life for him. And then also Happy is saying that this husband was actually a good man and he didn't deserve to die. Not that anyone deserved to die, but this one was a kind person. She was hoping that he could have waited a bit longer, because I'm just like, if you say no one deserved to go, I mean, we are all going at one point, maybe to say that they should have waited until their kids are older, because the kids that they have, they range from 20 to like 2. And you can see that the first one is in tertiary, and then the 13, 12-year-old is doing school and stuff like that. And she's saying that the 6-year-old is the one that struggles a lot with the passing of her father, and only now she has vocalized it and said that I miss my dad. And then and all of these things is happening. And also Happy shares her struggle with one of her children, that she feels like she doesn't know what that child wants to do, Titi, and she is struggling with she wants to even send her to boarding school, because now she's doing the online schooling. And her friend Mrs. Vui says that no, don't send her to school, because you want to keep an eye on her, and the fact that she needs to get a qualification before she can decide that she wants to be a DJ. And then as they are eating and all of that, and also Happy, while she's eating, she feels like something is not sitting well. She needs to go get her steroids to stabilize her condition. And she says that she didn't go to take it for a BBL. She went to take it to get her boobs, and now she's gained weight because her condition has improved. Now she can eat, and I'm happy for her, because it wasn't really nice to watch her struggle while she couldn't drink things, and then now if she drank, then she'll vomit at people's houses. It just doesn't look nice. At least now she can manage it. She can manage her health better, and that's how they ended. And they agreed that Vui will join them on the thing that's being organized. The last being organized by Mrs. Sunday. So Happy is in Waterfall to meet up with Noxy, because Noxy is a real estate agent, and they are looking at this beautiful house that cost 17 million, and they are looking at it. And once they are done looking at it, she shows the house and what you can do with it, and what the view and all of that. And she also ask her about her motherhood, and she just says that she has a 23 months old baby, and that baby is her whole life, and she has been wondering what she has been doing with her life before this baby came. And then she says that Diana, she's a big real estate agent, because she has her houses that she normally sells. The biggest one, they start at 6 million, and she has sold up to a 20 million house, and she's looking to selling a farm that's 100 million. I'm like, and she's like, once it's done, no one can touch her, because she's that good. And then And then Happy invites her to the event that's being hosted by Sunday, and then they ended that, and Happy says that the way she's talking, it's like she can't afford the house because she says South Africa must contribute for her to get to that 17 million because it's a lot of money. But that house is beautiful. Okay, because of where it's based, maybe that's why it's 17 million. Because I don't see the value 17 million. It's a beautiful house, but 17 million is a stretch for me. And okay, I'm poor. Maybe that's why. But also, it's actually a beautiful home. I don't know, and it's based in Waterfall. The house has to be worth that price because of where it's located and the fact that it faces. So when she says that when she makes noise, the neighbors won't hear it because it's on the corner of the side where it faces the field. So there's that. So that's benefit for Happy. Mrs. Mops is meeting up with Peladi, and they seem to like to have known each other. And then even at the end of the date, she said that at the end of the lunch, actually, she says that she has been asking to meet up with Mrs. Mob for some time, so she's glad that they have met. But what was discussed is the fact that Keladi is now a new divorcee. Not really new. It's been 4 years since she has divorced, and she's just wondering when Mrs. Mobs invite her to the event that's being hosted by the Mummy Club so that they can meet up and all of that. She says that she is hoping the one person that she's hoping to meet or she's excited to meet is Nosy, and that's because there's a lot of pity party going on in there for Nosy, and I'm like, girl, get where she's coming from, but why are you saying that? Why are you saying there's a pity party going on there? What does she know about Nosy that we do not know? Because if we look at it, as much as Nosy has put herself in that situation, according to my understanding, because she went around fetching that man's kids to stay with her, with them, and all of that, and then now he's changing to want to get married to another person and adding another wife into their marriage. And which part of her is playing victim? Because she's actually a victim. As much as she put herself in there, she's actually a victim. I understand you not wanting to acknowledge that she's a victim, but I don't think those are the things you can say. I understand not feeling sorry for her, but to say that she's playing victim or there's a lot of pity party going on there. What the hell is that? Why on earth would you say she's having a pity party? It's not like she doesn't deserve the pity party. Someone changed on her and decided to bring someone else into her marriage. So she's supposed to feel happy. What is happening in Peladi's head? What does she know that we do not know? That's my thinking, that maybe Peladi, in the circles that she is in, she knows what happened, or maybe because she's a divorcee, she just feels like just divorce and move on. She has moved on and has decided when the marriage was going south, like she told us, she decided to open to sell chickens, to go into poultry farming. And maybe that's why she thinks that that lady is playing victim instead of just moving on like she did. And she says that her moving on has made her to downgrade her life. So not everyone is really, especially when you have been married for whatever years you've been married, but you've been married for, it doesn't mean that not everyone is ready to pack and go. And in Nosy's case, she has 4 kids of her own. Is it 5? Can't remember. 4 kids with the husband though. And now she must just pack and go. It's not that easy. And it's unlike her when she had just one child, and she had 2 kids, that she didn't even talk about to show that she's the mommy in this case, or what is happening in there. I read in her article, in her one of the interviews that she did, she said that they are co-parenting with her ex-husband, and Not everyone is ready for that. Not everyone is ready to not have the husband at home. So I think that sometimes when people have gone through some stuff, they think everyone should just do the same. And that's not the case. In Noxy's case, they must let Noxy live her life as long as she tells us how she's living it in this show. That's all we are asking for. For me personally, I see her as a victim that has gone through a lot, and now the husband is married to this girl that he decided to marry, and like, she is a victim. Whether you feel sorry for her or you don't feel sorry for her, it's really not a thing you can say, because now at the reunion they are going to ask her what did she mean by that. And sometimes with new people in this show, she might not even be able to explain it, what she meant by such things, such interests. Like, why are you even going there, ma'am? What is wrong with this lady? When she said that she's difficult to get along with, it's because of such personality traits. Why on earth would you say such things? That day, the next scene is at the event where all the ladies are now meeting up, and as they are meeting up, I'm sure they have done the greetings. So Noxy asked Vui, "What do you do for a living?" And Vui is like, "Oh, okay. Why are you asking that? Why would that be the only thing that you are asking?" She's like, "I just want to start a conversation." And Noxy is shocked that Vui cannot answer that question, because it's an easy question. She could have said, she could have joked and said, "I breathe fresh air and exhale carbon dioxide, oxygen in, carbon dioxide outside." I mean, like, it's not that hectic, but then she didn't like that question. I don't know why. She didn't explain why she doesn't like it. And then when everyone has arrived, Mrs. Sunday stands up and say, "We are opening up with a prayer." And then when she's done with the prayer, she welcomes the ladies. And then as she's talking about the fact that they are mending relationships, they are starting new ones. And then Happy says that we are not mending any relationships. There are no any broken relationships here. We are all starting on a clean slate. Yo, Mrs. Sunday didn't like that. She told her that, "Stop right there. Do not interfere here. I'm the one leading this thing, and you should keep quiet and let me speak." And I'm just like, Mrs. Sunday likes she's taking offense when there was none to be taken, because Happy was just saying that, guys, we are starting on a new slate here. We are just being ladies and all of that. She shouldn't have taken it that far. And maybe she was also, and it seemed like she was done talking. So her saying that, it wasn't like, maybe she wanted to be the boss of the ladies, and and Happy did not get that memo. And she says that she might as well leave, because that's so rude when she's reprimanded by Mrs. Sunday. And then Mrs. Sunday is like, "Don't be like that." And then that's how the episode ended. But from this season, from what they're showing us, that what will happen, it seems like Peladi is going to be the one that's difficult. Like she said, she's going to be difficult, because in one scene she seems to be fighting with Noxy, and she's saying, "Cheers to you, me treating you as going forward, as treating you as someone who has mental instability." She's telling her to her face. Guys, I feel like this lady is going to be the fun or the instigator in the show. And I can't wait to watch all of them, these ladies, and how their friendships are going to be revealed and all of that. And thank you guys for watching Reality React. Please comment, like, and subscribe to the channel. See you guys in the next one.